YouTube? It's Sean here and I'm back with another sneaker review. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the latest Flyknit Racer colorway to drop from Nike, and that is the triple white or Goddess colorway. So these released on International Women's Day, which was March 8th. They retailed for a price of $150 US or $200 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is white, sail, and pure platinum. And here in Canada, they were available at both Nike.ca as well as at major Foot Locker locations located across the country. So for those of you who don't know, Nike as a company was actually named after the Greek goddess of victory. So it seems fitting that this colorway dropped on International Women's Day. As well, it's also a celebration of the goddess of victory. So let's take a closer look at this shoe. So this by far is the cleanest and most simplistic colorway of the Flyknit Racer that has yet to release. From the naked eye, this looks like an entirely white shoe with a black sole. But if you take a closer look, there's actually more to it. So taking a look at this lateral side, the Flyknit is a mixture of white and sail. So sail is more of a cream or an off-white color. So combining those two colors in certain lights and certain angles, this side gives off a bit more of a yellowy appearance. And this is finished off with this white Nike swoosh that's painted onto the knit. Moving on to the toe box and finally to the medial side, if you look very closely and again under certain types of light, you can see that there's a distinct change between this side and the lateral side. So on the medial side, this is a mixture of white and pure platinum. So combining those two colors gives it a bit more of a bluish tone compared to this side where it's a bit more yellow. Once again, the medial side is also finished off with a white Nike swoosh. The tongue is done in this white and sail colored Flyknit. And on the top of the tongue, there's this Nike Flyknit Racer label that's fused onto the top, and this is done in a combination of white and pure platinum. The laces on these shoes are your standard Flyknit Racer laces done in white. The Flywire cables, which originate from the base of the shoe and make its way up towards the lace loops, and these are found on both sides of the shoe. This is done in a pure platinum color. And the purpose of these cables is they act for additional support. So when you tighten up your laces, they're cradling your midfoot. On the very back of the shoe, there is this white nylon pull tab that has these 3M accents on the top. The insole that comes with these shoes is a white-based insole with this Nike Flyknit Racer branding done in gray. These racers sit atop this Phylon foam midsole that's done in this sail color. One thing to note is that the upper portion of the midsole found right here has a bit of a glossy finish, whereas the bottom portion of the midsole has a matte finish. Finally, taking a look at the outsole, we have your standard Flyknit Racer waffle skin rubber outsole in black, and on the middle we have this cutaway of the swoosh, and it's filled in with this gray or pure platinum color. From a sizing perspective, this shoe fits the same as all my other Flyknit Racers, so for me, I stick with my true size, which is a 10.5. To give you guys some reference, this shoe is a little bit narrow, and I've mentioned this in my other Flyknit Racer reviews, but if you do have wider feet, these are probably not the best shoes for you. As I said, I stick with my true size in these, but I've heard some people have had to go up a half size if they do have wider feet or if they want a bit more of a looser fit. For reference sake, I'm also a 10.5 in shoes like the Roshe, the Air Max 1, the Air Max 90, as well as other non-Nike shoes such as the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 and the NMD R2. So now I'll show you guys how these Goddess Flyknit Racers look on feet. Overall, what are my thoughts? So I'll say this. When I held these in hand and looked at them in person off foot, I was a huge fan of this colorway. So I think being this triple white color, this is very clean, very simple, very versatile. It's gonna look great for the summer, and I think it's a must-have if you are a Flyknit Racer fan. But my opinion sort of changed when I actually tried them on and wore them on foot. So looking down at my feet and having these on, I felt that they looked a little bit feminine. So I don't know if it's because it's a very narrow silhouette, add to the fact that there's a very low profile midsole, and it's an all white colorway. But when I wore them specifically, I felt that they didn't look as good as I would have hoped. Again, this is just my opinion and based off of how it looks on me, but I feel like if I was wearing an all white shoe, especially in the summer with shorts, a shoe that has a bit more bulk would probably suit me a bit more. So something like a triple white Roshi or a triple white Air Max 1 or an Air Max 90 probably would suit me and my overall look a bit more. With that said, these still are a very, very dope colorway for a very dope shoe. I'm personally still going to keep these in my collection, and these will definitely be a part of my summer rotation. I'm just going to have to be very, very careful when I wear these, as these are going to be a total dirt magnet. So that wraps up my review of the Flyknit Racer in the Goddess or triple white colorway. Be sure to leave a comment down below to let me know what you guys think of these, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos to come in the next few days. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next review.